All right, it is the Random Gamer, and we're going to continue on. And I was playing through the footage from the last episode, and I realized Moon Cancer was the other one I was missing because you heard a bit of a pause with me. I was like, I knew I was missing one. Always works because again, they're in more triangles of three, which makes sense. Makes complete sense to me. So let's continue on with our adventure through Orleans. We are actually going at a pretty good pace here. One of the things is I actually want to play the story. I don't want to say quickly, but I want to get through it because there is the summer event going on and there is a welfare servant. So I do, but the problem is I do need a high enough level when it comes to AP to farm, not farm, but to go through some of the events because you need 40. And I don't know at this low of a level, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull it off to get the free welfare servant, but I'm going to try to get there. I'm kind of thinking it's not going to happen, but let's see how many points we get. But what we are going to do to help that is we are going to look at our party setup. And because points, I'm going to filter and see, do I have any master experience up items? That's friend points, not... I don't have any yet, unfortunately. Okay, so one of the things I was hoping to do is I was thinking of using, you can put these, so some CEs, craft essences can be used to, some craft essences can be used to upgrade your experience. Bond, we'll go over Bond in another episode. I'm going to stick with Jeanne d'Arc because I don't know. Now, one thing, if you look above, if you look at the, so we just got a little bit explanation of, the archer, lancer, da-da-da-da. If you look on each servant, right beside their name and their class, you'll see arrows. Now, if you look up into the top left-ish of the screen, it'll say enemy tendency class. Now, sometimes there's so many, it's a pile that, but in this case, you can see there is assassin, lancer, and saber. And Joan of Arc, if you look by her ruler, arrow up, she is strong against at least one class and neutral against all the rest. Zenobia, who is an archer, is weak against lancers. And so, but she is strong against sabers. So she has arrows going both ways. Berserker is always going to have those arrows. Because they're always strong and weak against most all. So I'm just Berserker, you can pretty much ignore that arrow. So alright, let's get going here. Okay, let's continue the story. Now that things have settled down, I'd like to introduce myself again. My true name is Marianne Antoinette. I'm from the rider class, which I still don't get why she was a rider, but it is what it is. As for him, and I'd be happy if you could examine me closely with your eyes and ears. As for why I was summoned, unfortunately, I have no idea. After all, I have no master. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, I'm the same as her. He's caster. As for why I was summoned, first of all, it just doesn't feel like I'm a hero. Yes, I'm great, but even so, I'm still just one of many artists. Well, I did apply magecraft in my music, but that was only because I was drawn to the sounds played by demons. I'm Mashkirlite, I'm a demi-servant, and I don't know what my true name is. This is Random Gamer, my master. Nice to meet you. Pleasure is mine. As a fellow non-fighter, let's get along. And this is Jeanne d'Arc, yes? The saint who saved France, one of the people I wish to meet in my life. I'm not a saint. Yes, everyone knows that's how you saw yourself. But the way you led your life was true, and we all know the results. That's why everyone will always remember and admire the name Jeanne d'Arc and the miracle of Orleans. Of course, your life ended at the stake and resulted in that witch. It's just like Marie to only look at the good parts. I don't know why I was tongue-tied on that. Am I wrong, Jeanne d'Arc? Your life was a little out of tune. Jeanne herself is the one who gets hurt when people call her a perfect saint. Listen, Marie, you always say what you think others want to hear. Sometimes you need to scold or deny others. I don't need to hear that from you, Amadeus. You already tell me that every day. This is what you want, right? You piano brain piece of human garbage. Not good at creativity. You're a pervert who can only get it up for musical scales. If you like music so much, you can turn into a piano. Oh, I wish I knew the translation. That was a good one. I don't know if I should say this, but when you assault me like that, I feel something indescribable. Oh, gosh. But see, you can do it if you try. Give the same treatment to Jeanne. Faster, stronger, more violent. Tell her all of her flaws as you see them. That is horrible advice. Nah, that's impossible, Amadeus. Human garbage like you has nothing but flaws, but Jeanne herself has none. I'm sure everybody has flaws. Are you serious? I don't know you had it that bad. You really did love Joan of Arc, didn't you? I would say worship rather than love, and a bit of guilt as well. A tiny story, the size of a teaspoon, the natural guilt we foolish royals feel towards the saint. Marie Antoinette, your words honor me, but that's why I must confess. In life, I was no saint. I held the flag high for what I believed in, and as a result, I stained my hands with blood. Of course, I don't regret that, nor do I regret the Inquisition, wow, or my own death. But I shed too much blood. I believed in the dream of a little country girl, but at time I never imagined how high the price of that dream was. I never regretted it, but never did I feel fear, and that is my greatest sin. Only the outcome of my actions made me a saint. I do not think is the right word for a country girl like me. I see, so you're not a saint, right? Then may I call you Jeanne? Yes, of course, it feels like that would bring back old memories. Wonderful, call me Marie then. If you're simply Jeanne and not a saint, then I want to be Marie and not a queen. Please, Jeanne, will you call me Marie? Yes, alright, thank you, Marie. Thank you too, I am happy, Jeanne. And I'm sorry I kept pushing my own views on you. You've lost your own answers about yourself, but haven't you? Just like the day I died, not knowing a thing about what was going on, you'll have to find your own answers. I certainly want to treat you as a saint, but I'll stop myself. I won't just believe in you, I'll support you. Isn't that what female friends are supposed to do, Amadeus? I suppose so, yes. You guys can go eat sweets or something. We believe in you too, right, Master? Of course. Hee hee, thank you. That makes me feel better. Look, it seems like we have invited some unwanted guests. No, I don't think you invited them. Well, whatever. Let's get rid of that and resume our conversation. Okay, so... yeah, that is one thing with this game that I think why I skipped it is they are getting you to like... Because FGO, Fate was originally a graphic novel, so there's that piece of trying to get... you to like care about the characters and everything. Well, that's the wrong word, but like giving the characters personality. Because in all honesty, like I think that's one of the reasons this game has lasted so long is that yes, the idea of heroic spirits. Heroic spirits from the past that we all recognize coming in, but also giving them a bit of a personality and stuff. In some cases, they really play, like, look at Da Vinci. Just, it gives them a personality and connection, and while not all servants get, I think, like, all the servants, actually, I'm not going to say blanket, because I think every servant has been in some story arc. The only one I can think of that hasn't been included is Archetype Earth at this point. Because I know Castoria, or Castor Altria, was Alteria, let's just go with whatever translation you want, was put out prior to Lost Belt 6, which is where her story is. And Archetype Earth, I can't think of a story, because I have played on the, I do keep an eye on the JP server just to, you know, get an eye on what's coming so I can plan out, because even on my main, I'd call this Dolphin. I'll spend on GSSRs, or like I'll buy the odd small pack so that I can roll singles here and there, but I don't put a lot of money in. I'm not somebody who will whale. So I can't think of an event where Archetype Earth has been used. Alright, let's go back to the story and I'll think about it as we're talking. Alright, now I understand. The whole world, never mind France, is in danger. Although it's in different form, this is too a Holy Grail war. I mean, sort of. I knew it was dangerous when I learned it was a masterless summoning, but I didn't expect this. Now, there were 5 servants in opposition, 9 total including Mash, but isn't that too much? This rule 7 servants is no more, although that doesn't mean infinite. It's not surprising at all if there are more than 7 servants. According to the records, one time a total of 15 servants fought. Nod to Fate Apocrypha. Oh, I get it. I figured it out, everyone. We were summoned so that we could defeat them, like heroes. Yeah, I think you're right. Same idea as Apocrypha. Yes, I feel I finally found my job in life. It's perfectly fine to be confident, Marie, but we're up against powerful foes. Jeanne and Mash, as well as Random Gamer, are used to combat, but you and I aren't the fighting type. The numbers matter less than the fact that they're far stronger. Yeah, fair enough. Indeed, Vlad III and Elizabeth Barthany, one carved their names into history as a hero, and the other a murderess. A murderess wouldn't be a good fighter, you'd think. The other looked like a saber. The other that looked like a saber seemed to know Marie. That's right. If she knows who I am, then perhaps she's Siobhan Denis? I've no proof, though. I'm butchering that name and I feel horrible. Siobhan Delis, a spy with Louis XV's intelligent agency, the Secret de Roy. She was also a dragoon and a plenipotentiary minister. She know, maybe he? It matters little. Mage from a distant world. She was summoned from a different time than me, but her splendor face hasn't changed. I see. It would be wonderful if she would join us. That might be difficult, I think. I've lost my ruler's ability to see true names, but there's one thing I can see. All of them have been given madness enhancement, regardless of their alignment or background, normally only given to the berserkers. Cool. It's probably the power of the Grail. Even without an episode of madness, it could give them berserker traits, which is scary. The goal of the Holy Grail War is to get the Grail, but they already have it. It's not fair. But that leaves one mystery. Why were you summoned? This is just a theory. Despite the fact that the Holy Grail War hasn't begun, somebody already has the Grail. This is a reversal of causality, a bug if you will. Perhaps the Grail is resisting it. The greater the opponent, the more powerful the Grail's reaction. I see. In other words, somewhere else in France, indeed, there may be other servants summoned here like Marie. Oh my, that means I can meet even more people, right? That's not necessarily a good thing. It may just mean more enemies. But whatever it is, we should start searching for them as soon as we can. Before the others, Jeanne finds them. Indeed, I've lost my ability to detect servants. So we'll have to depend on Mr. Roman. Sure thing, I can't match a full-powered ruler, but I can search further than a servant. Let's take a little break first. You're all tired, right? Yes, Master. Rest for a bit, and we'll stand watch. But, yeah. Alrighty. So, yeah. That's one thing about this game. It does give a lot of nods. So yeah, let's keep going here. Okay, I don't want to use Marie Antoinette. I'm going to use Jeanne just because she's incredibly powerful. Alright, more story. Here we go. I'm going to patrol the area. Jeanne, please wait here. Foo. Is something wrong, Jeanne? You seem defeated. Are you tired? Marie, no, I'm not tired. I'm a servant after all. Perhaps you're saddened by the state France is in. I mean, are you disappointed? No, I'm not disappointed. Thank you for your concern, Marie. But seeing those familiar towns in flames is a bit hard to bear. Yes, for you especially, this era is exactly like when you were alive. It's different than what I feel inside, memories that are still going on. Yes, why don't we take this time to talk? Girls' night out. Excuse me? Oh, is that a stranger? Both you and I were summoned in the bloom of our youth. You see, I'm in the middle of puberty right, so I'll love talking about love and romance. I appreciate the offer, but that's hard for me. I know of companions, but not romance. Compassion. But you're missing out on life, so it's not too late to start. Fall in love with someone, Jeanne. Of course, if I get the chance. Have you fallen in love, Marie? Hee, of course. I fell in love with a boy who proposed to me at age 7. I think it was my first love. And when I was 14, I fell in love with the king I married. 14. That's kind of amazing. Yeah, that's time 8 time. When I was that age, I was working and playing in the fields with the other children. That sounds fun too. I'm jealous. It must be fun, so fun to be able to go wherever you want. Yes, it was fun. When I lacked in romance, I made for in friendship. Did all the boys like you? My hair was short then, so they treated me like one of the guys. Oh, I'm glad I became a servant. I can't believe I'm having girl talk with Jeanne d'Arc. It's good to be a queen. The honor is mine. Who would have thought that I'd get to talk to the famous Marie Antoinette? It's good to be a servant. I'm just glad that this isn't a real Holy Grail war, otherwise we couldn't chat like this. Marie? Yes? I'm sorry, both of you. It appears to be an enemy attack. I knew it. Oh my. I'll go wake up Master. Come, Jeanne, let us fight like proper servants. Bravely, gallantly, wholeheartedly, and yes, beautifully, like a maiden in love. That's what you and I are at our core, neither saints nor queens. The way I fight has little to do with beauty and eloquence, I'm afraid. Master, your orders. Come, random gamer. I'll show you the power I couldn't show you before. Tomboy princess coming through, I'll dance brilliantly like classwork. Oh gosh. Some of the, like I said, it's just funny with the whole idea of, like, they did not take it super seriously at the start, but it's always entertaining for me. Yeah. So we'll just do this. Yeah. Because, well, you know what? It's, for me, it's too bad I didn't know about this. Like, I was into Fate when this game came out, because I remember that would have been 2015, 2016, but it came out in I believe, if this is the 8th, the 7th anniversary, that would put it at, so take away 4, 2020, take away 3, 2017, when this game came out. Just too bad, because I was huge. I know I had before then watched all the Fates, because I loved the idea back then. It'd been interesting for me to play this game when it came out. A couple reasons. Number one, like, the game is, like I said, this is very simplistic gameplay now, because we've got overpowered, like, that power-up we used on Kentucky was not in the original game. It was given because, from my understanding, they gave a couple, like, bonuses to new players to catch up on the story, because they started locking. So, like, there are certain events that are locked behind where you are in the story. Like, current event is not. I don't believe. I don't think so. Sorry, I don't actually know, because don't actually know if it is, because my main account is, I've completed all of the story up to date, so, like, no event I'm locked behind. Like, I've beaten Lost Belt 6, so it doesn't. So I can't remember what events required. You'd beat certain parts of the story. And so right now I'm kind of just powering. I'm filming more than I planned to originally, and the only reason is I do want to get this account high enough level so that I can do the Summer Arctic to try and get the Welfare Servant, because if you're a newer account, one of the best ways to get high-powered NP servants is to get the Welfares, because you can, I'll say easily get NP5 servants, and, like, as I've said, I am not a whale. I have one NP2 character, and that was because it was actually recently, because I rolled for Ibuki. I got her in the very first multi-pull I did, and I wanted the 4-star, so I kept pulling, and I happened to get another one. So that's my only NP2 5-star. I have a couple NP2 higher MP 4-stars. I have a couple maxed out ones. Just when you're rolling for certain characters under rate up, like, I wanted Himiko, and I got a 5-star Open Nagu 4-star Berserker. Yeah, I think it's her. Alright, so I'm going to keep going here. Well, you know what? I'm looking at the timer and I just realized we're hitting around the 20-minute mark, so I'm going to cut this episode here. I'm going to have a little... Yeah, I'm going to go grab a drink of water so I can keep recording, and yeah, so I know you're not going to see this episode come out right after, but you will see the next episode. Yeah, so I'm going to keep recording here because, like I said, I want to get my master level high enough that I can take on... If we look here, we have the Arctic Summer. I can do it, but the problem is, as soon as I get there to try and grind, I'm not going to have a chance, and I don't want to use AP and stuff in here unless I can actually try and, even if I can get 1 copy, because I'm worried about trying to get the 4 copies, because I just remembered when I started the game, it was the event, can't remember what it was called, but it was like Miss Crane was the new servant, and there was it was a foreigner version, a 4-star foreigner version of Saber, and due to the farming because of AP, I couldn't get her 5-star. I only got her 3-star, I believe, because of where I was level wide, and I just, not that I don't want to repeat it. I'm gonna go for I'm probably gonna try and take a crack at it, but I gotta look and see what I need to do to get that character on one of the Valkyries here. So I'm gonna play on probably gonna go take a break actually from recording, play on my main account to figure that out, and then we will go from there. So anyway, sorry, sidebar, and if you're watching this video way past that event, sorry, I'm trying to keep the gameplay loop actually like together, but you know, I'm random. That's why we call the channel The Random Gamer. Alright, so if you like the video, hit the like button. If you want to see more episodes of my playthrough through FGO or any other games I choose to play, it's probably going to be more classic games, just because that is more what I don't know if I'm into, but yeah, I don't know. I just that this channel I think is going to be more, maybe not classic games, but not modern games, because there's not people playing those, and also yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do on that one. We'll figure that out later. So you know what? Let's end it here. This is The Random Gamer saying, until next time, let's get gaming.